In India, your house has a special role to play. It's not just a place where you live, it's a lot more. Buying a house is the first priority for many Indians. Selling or pledging it is the last resort. And that's where Byju Raveendran is at, the founder and CEO of Byju's. Reports say he has pledged 2 of his houses, both of them in Bengaluru. They've been offered up as collateral. In return, he's taken a loan of $12 million US. It tells you how bad things are. In July last year, Byju Raveendran was worth $3.6 billion. He was on the Forbes billionaires list. And now, he's pledging his house to pay his employees. Of course, the company has not confirmed this, neither has Byju Raveendran himself, but reports say the loan was used to pay 15,000 employees. In simple words, the company is cash-strapped. You need money to keep a firm running. Byju does not have that right now. But pledging houses is not a long-term solution. You can't just pile loans on loans, especially if you're Byju Raveendran. Reports say he has already pledged his shares in the company. He raised around $400 million from that. He's also sold some of his stake in Byju's. That brought in another $800 million. So it's not just the firm. Byju's, the company, and Byju, the man, both are short on money. So what's the way out? First, the legal issues have to be sorted out. Byju's is facing 3 major cases. The first is from the BCCI, the Indian Cricket Board. They're accusing Byju's of defaulting payments. Of how much? Around 158 crore rupees, which is around $18 million. You see, Byju's had a branding deal with the BCCI. They sponsored the Indian jersey. It started in 2019. It was supposed to last until the end of this year, 2023. But last year, Byju's pulled out. They simply had no money left, so they pulled out. So the BCCI had to find last-minute replacements. This 158 crore covers that period. Now, the case has been filed at the NCLT, the National Company Law Tribunal, NCLT. Byju says they want to resolve this issue amicably. So I guess they plan to pay up. The second case involves the ED, that is the Enforcement Directorate. It's also a much more serious case. The ED sent a notice to Byju's last month. And what did it say? That the company violated India's foreign exchange rules. We're talking about a lot of money here. More than 9,000 crore rupees. An investigation is currently underway. There could be a fine at the end of it. And finally, the third legal case, arguably the most important one. Byju's owes around $1.2 billion to lenders abroad. $1.2 billion. These lenders have sued the company. Why? Because interest has not been paid. That's $1.2 billion is the biggest challenge for Byju's. Unless it is repaid, there is no comeback. So what is the plan? In September, Byju's reached a deal with the lenders. They promised full repayment in 6 months, out of which $300 million would be paid within 3 months, meaning by December, this month. And how will Byju's manage that? Reports say by selling off key assets like reading platform Epic and Great Learning. If all goes well, Byju's could earn $1 billion from those sales, just short of the loan amount. But that's not even half the job done. Paying off loans is not a business strategy, it is survival. The question is, does Byju's have a plan beyond that, a comeback plan? Their AGM is scheduled for December 20th. AGM is the annual general meeting. We should have more clarity by then. But honestly, only a miracle can save this company. It's the classic Icarus tale of expanding too fast, of taking too many loans, and of flying too close to the sun. I don't think a comeback is on Byju Raveendran's mind at this point. He'll be more worried about bankruptcy. Between the BCCI and the Enforcement Directorate and the lenders, it's like a patient with AIDS, cancer and pneumonia. The question is, who will drive the final nail?